Aliyah adjusted the scarf over her head and looked at her reflection in the cracked mirror of her small room. The pale sunlight filtering through the thin curtains did little to brighten the dull paint peeling off the walls. Still, her eyes glimmered with a quiet determination. Today was her first day at her new job, an opportunity she could not afford to lose. For years, she had worked tirelessly to support her widowed mother and younger brother. Their tiny home on the outskirts of the city was filled with love but empty of luxuries. Every rupee mattered. When she finally got hired as an assistant at the Grand Royal Crescent Hotel, she had felt as though life had given her a tiny doorway into a new world. The hotel was one of the most luxurious in the city, a place she had only ever seen from a distance. Wealthy guests from around the world stayed there, and the staff carried themselves with an elegance that came from training and discipline. Aliyah knew she didn't belong to that world, but she hoped she could at least fit in enough to keep her job. Clutching her worn-out handbag, she took a deep breath before walking into the hotel's dazzling lobby. The polished marble floors gleamed under the chandeliers. Uniformed waiters moved swiftly, carrying trays of drinks. Guests in expensive suits and glittering gowns laughed softly, their voices mingling with the faint music playing in the background. It was overwhelming. As Aliyah stood there, unsure of where to go, she noticed a tall young man in a simple white shirt and black trousers. He was holding a glass of water in one hand, his other hand tucked casually in his pocket. Unlike the other staff members, he had no name badge, no tie, and his sleeves were rolled up. Relieved to see someone who seemed approachable, Aliyah walked quickly toward him. "Excuse me," she said nervously. "Could you please show me where the staff lounge is? I'm new here." The man turned to look at her, his dark eyes curious. He was handsome in a way that startled her, with sharp features softened by an easy smile. But Aliyah didn't notice much, she only thought he must be a waiter like the others. "Staff lounge," he repeated, raising an eyebrow. "Yes," she said, adjusting her scarf again. "I'm starting today as an assistant. I don't want to be late. Could you, maybe guide me?" For a moment, the man simply studied her, as though amused. Then, to her surprise, he chuckled softly. "Of course," he said. "Come with me." He led her down the corridor, past the reception desk and into a quieter hallway. His stride was unhurried, confident, yet not the kind of stiff posture she had seen in the uniformed staff. When they reached the staff lounge, Aliyah smiled gratefully. "Thank you," she said. "I thought I'd get lost forever in this palace." "You're welcome," he replied with a faint smirk. "I suppose first impressions can be interesting." Before Aliyah could ask what he meant, a stern voice interrupted them. "Aliyah.